Hello and welcome to another broadcast. Today we are looking at first issue special number 10. This is Outsiders featured here, and these are new characters, not the Outsiders that teamed up with Batman or anything like that. This was written by Joe Simon and Jerry Grandinetti and Craig Fleischer. They're the team that worked on this one. And we open up with a little group of what are called freaks sitting around watching the television. One of their friends is in trouble, so they gear up and jump into some kind of car thing one of them drives and head out to find their friend. And they start singing, and we're introduced to the characters through this song. There's one named Billy that has a giant head. Then we have Lizard Johnny, the Amazing Ronnie, Harry Larry, Old Doc Scary, and Mighty Mary. And there's a fight that breaks out. They go to get their friend back, and they freak out the locals, more or less. And then they run off. And that's pretty much the entire story. We get a flashback at this point to the different characters' origins, but not all of them, just some of them. We get Johnny's origin first. He's some sort of frog-human hybrid, some sort of Dagonite, I assume, Innsmouth disease, maybe. Well, the guy that found him wants to kill him, but the doctor doesn't. One of the doctors doesn't want to. Zaps the guy, steals the kid, and runs off. That's the origin story for that guy. Then it cuts to Billy, who's the son of a tailor, and he's living in the basement, and his father gets murdered by some thugs who think there's money. They see the kid, sees, different, they attack him, but his head's really thick and really, really huge, and he chases them out, but they burn the place, and the kid is assailed by some randos that see him coming out and think he's a monster. Then he jumps in the water. Third story is Dr. Goody, who's the doctor that saved the lizard guy earlier. He crash lands on a moon mission or a planet mission, some kind. They're going to Venus. And the rocket crashes. Some aliens find him and do some repairs on him, and they make his face all weird looking. And they come to the conclusion that he was remade in their image, not humanity's, because they'd probably never seen a human before. It's a Star Trek episode. Then we go to the fourth story, and it's just about Dr. Goody, who's really the hideous freak, and he's got a subterranean hideout, and he wears a mask during the day, and he uses his cybernetic hands, or as they say, computerized digits, to heal people. And that's the only origins we get. We don't find out about the other 2 or 3 people, so it's a bit silly. And I just made it sound more exciting than it was. Really kind of boring and silly. Pretty tepid, pretty safe for kids to read. There's nothing particularly threatening in this story. The monsters aren't that scary by today's standards. They probably weren't even that freakish for the 70s. So I'm not too impressed with that. There are characters that I don't think I've ever seen used again, and I can see why. They're kind of one-offs. Somebody was just trying to fill some space, make some new characters, but nothing particularly memorable. The cover art is way more interesting than the actual storyline. It's a lot more of a silly kind of story as opposed to a dynamic origin story. It's very, let's say, it's very forgettable and so silly for its time. So yeah, I don't think I would recommend this one to anyone. It was pretty boring, not very innovative. But that'll do it for this one. As always, thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.